doing? What a mess. What a confusing, empty, boring episode of TV that fails to conclude even basic plot lines. What? It totally wasted my time for 6 weeks. You can't keep promising answers and not deliver in the finale. Chibnall! Stop punishing me for hoping you can meet even my very low expectations. Don't make me break this down. Please. It's bad. That's it. Please. Winston? Fuck! The Doctor, to escape Swarm, rips off a spaceship, which splits her into 3 versions of herself. One being tortured by Swarm, one with the regular companions, and one with the space companions. The companions and Doctors work together to stop the Flux and the Sontaran occupation of Earth. Specifically, Vinder and Dianne escape a passenger. The Doc and friends then use the empty passenger to give the Flux the good suck. Yes, I wrote that.
Who wrote that Flux for us?
Because the Flux is defeated, Swarm is unable to break out Time, who is apparently a villainous being? Thus, Time, the being, not the concept, destroys Swarm and warns the Doctor it will escape and to watch out for the Master and she's gonna die, yada 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 yada, yep. Now, if you've been watching Doctor Who or my breakdowns, you might be wondering about some answers to certain questions. You might be thinking I'm leaving out some pretty crucial information in my recap. You know, where's the answers, Pat? To that I would say I have no idea. Another good question would be, what's Chibnall's intentions here? To which...
no idea.
Well, maybe we have some idea.
Really, the whole Flux story it's an epic universe-ending story in itself, but I also wanted to connect it in and to ensure that it was personal to the Doctor.
So, we'll break down this episode. This won't be fun. It's going to get complicated very quickly for an episode that is essentially empty of substance. Tell you what though, that title monkey gonna be working overtime. Let's do this! Hey! Are under the attack of the Sontarans in the space-time tunnels. Conveniently, they go through a tunnel to the exact time and place they need to be.
Please be correct. Please be true.
Take the door to the exact time they need to be. I love writing. In the present, they meet up with Kate. I mean, she hardly does anything for the rest of the episode, but whatever. We find out Earth is occupied by the Sontarans. Again. And BAM!
Here? Where's here?
The editing is fucking horrendous in this scene.
Yes! Dan! Kate Stewart! Kate Stewart! Jericho! A Victorian-looking bloke. What's TARDIS?
I have
no idea.
Why? It's very jump cutty, potentially to quickly remind the audience of all the characters who are here. But, I mean, if the audience can't keep up with the characters, that's the fucking least of their problems for this episode.
I approach everything with caution. Or abandon, one of the two.
Yeah, pretty sure Chibnall approaches storytelling with reckless abandon. Okay, they start to come up with a plan to infiltrate the Sontarans, which leads to the best scene of the episode. They find this one Sontaran who loves sweets and chocolate. They trick him by trading the recipe for chocolate.
What do you say?
There are your answers. Have your chocolate, Chibnall says. Eat it! Yes, that's how Chibnall spent our precious answer minutes, having a laughably cringe scene with a Sontaran eating chocolate. So, the Sontaran agrees to smuggle in Jericho and Claire. Oh yeah. So, they meet up, and because they have psychic abilities, they're able to aid in stopping the Sontarans. As the Sontarans want to know where and when the final Flux event will finish. That being the time planet Atropos from episode 3. Okay, let's backtrack. Are under attack by the Sontarans. Oh, that sounds familiar. They fight off the Sontarans, and the Doctor rambles about being split into 3. Before taking control of the Lupari ship and crashing it into the Sontaran ships on Earth. Except this time, unlike how they beat the Sontarans in episode 2, they have shields. Out of nowhere.
People rarely want to be crashed into. They tend to take precautions.
Okay, where were the precautions 4 episodes ago? I mean, timeline-wise, this happened like a month ago. Chibnall, when I ask him where's all the answers, too late, sorry.
Too late, sorry.
The Doc is locked up with Karvanista while Bell is on a secret mission. The Doc and Dog have a chat about the division. Turns out Dog literally can't tell the Doc anything, or an implant in his brain kills him. Also, he was a previous Timeless child companion.
Were you my companion?
In a better season, this reveal might mean something. Here, it's worthless. Speaking of reveals, it turns out the Sontarans have single-handedly killed all the Dog.
Every single one. Dead.
Everyone. Except top dog, Karvanista. Once again, a pointless reveal. We never saw another Lupari ever. So, cool. There is this actually good scene where Dog howls. It's certainly the most emotional scene of the episode. Kudos, I guess. The Doctor is then taken away by the Grand Serpent to be tortured. There's some okay dialogue here, nothing substantial, mostly banter, so who gives a shit? Oh, and BAM!
Please stop torturing me.
So, the Doctor stops the Doctor from being tortured, then the Doctor defeats the Grand Serpent by sonic freezing.
You're on the very naughty step. Frozen.
So everyone now meets up on the TARDIS. We're reminded that Bell is having a child who definitely isn't the Doctor, to be revealed in the specials. Pain. We find out the Sontarans are inviting the Daleks and Cybermen to Earth for a fake alliance. The 3 Doctors have a conversation with each other, trying to figure it out or something. I have no idea. I'll note here the complete lack of creativity with the camera storyboarding and editing to have the Doctors interact with each other. From memory, the Almost People did it better. Okay, so then they decide to save who are trapped in a passenger. So yeah, Vinder doesn't have a plan. What he said he had a plan.
You okay?
He said he had a plan, and I hope that plan wasn't just to run beaches. Yeah, look for her.
Get in here. Find Bell.
Oh, that's his plan.
Just communicate it to someone rescue.
And I already told you, Dianne really likes guns. She shoots a bunch of fake passengers.
That's blaster action. Where'd you train?
Laser Quest was Ackley.
Also, she loves guns because she does laser tag on the weekend. Characterization! Okay, now the Doctor uses the TARDIS to travel into the passenger and save them. So yeah, reunion! Yay! Winston, we're all together! Woo! No? Nothing? Don't want to join in? Okay then. There's this great moment where Vinder is like, "Did you say Grand Serpent? I know him! Oh, my voice.
What did you say? You said Grand Serpent.
I know Grand Serpent.
If I could get those Ravagers.
So everyone has a big chat about a stupid plan that's needlessly complex. Who fucking cares?
It's funny that Doctor Who's like a family show, and I'm not like a family viewer. I'm not a casual viewer of Doctor Who. I'm definitely not like huge into the lore of Doctor Who. But I'm not a casual viewer. I'm somewhere between those two.
Yeah.
And I can't figure the fuck out what's going on. So how the fuck are the primary audience meant to follow this show?
The answer is they don't follow it because the viewer numbers have dropped off. Claire escapes, but Jericho is trapped and sacrifices himself. We get to tick the season box for the old man who dies at the end. A hilarious amount of copy-paste Dalek and Cybermen ships appear at Earth, then 5 seconds later die to the Flux. What a fan service waste of time moment. The Sontarans are tricked, the dog takes control of the protective Lupari ship barrier.
You are not in control.
We also get Vinder's season arc here, you know, from whoa to woo! That was his evolution. He went from whoa to woo! I love character development. The Sontarans all get fluxed, and finally, the flux is contained within the passenger, which is essentially like another dimension. I'll draw the parallel here of the Doctor winning by tricking the bad guys into a bigger on the inside object, like in the New Year's special. Fucking learn a new solution, Chibnall, or don't make the problem so massive! At the end, everyone goes their separate ways. We don't particularly learn anything new here. There's no reveal or a twist or anything like that. Dan joins the TARDIS, I guess. The Grand Serpent is sent to a solitary asteroid to die out. Now, at this point, what we've gone through is what I like to call a convoluted mess. We haven't really got answers for the big stuff like Timeless Child and Swarm and the Division. Not that I expected the Earth storyline to give us those answers, but I was kind of hoping for some more substance, considering this was the conclusion to a 6-episode arc. 6, by the way. 6. I'll remind you, 6. 6 episodes. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. He's broken. As you can probably tell, it was unnecessarily complicated. Why, you may ask?
No idea.
But there's still one storyline we need to touch on. If there was going to be a storyline that gave us answers, this would be it. So, here's the biggest problem. It is not okay to bait with answers for the entire episode and deliver fucking nothing. This whole storyline is essentially Swarm opening the fob watch to the memories, pretending to destroy the memories, then bringing them back. I hate this bait. I'll destroy your memories and then I'll bring them back. And again! Before rinse and repeat for like maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes. We, the audience, have no effing clue what the shit this house means and are baited by it all episode into the credits. Unacceptable. They set up more fucking questions.
You are not, and yet you are. There is danger. This is not usual.
You're telling me that's
So more Chibnall non-answers. You are not, and yet you are. Apparently time is a being now,
I always wondered what time would look like.
which needs to escape through Flux. There's also this moment where we see Swarm can rewind time. I thought this would be the exact setup of how to fix the Fluxed universe.
You made just to save the rest of the universe.
I.e. Earth. It's just Earth.
The flux will be drawn inside.
Because we've learnt that Swarm can rewind time. That's how they're gonna reboot the universe. But no, the universe remains destroyed into the credits, with essentially only Earth left. God help me. So, they travel to Atropos, and because they stopped the Flux, Time, the Bean, cannot escape. He absorbs the swarms, gives the Doctor a warning that she's probably gonna die.
Your time is heading to its end.
And it'll also be at the hands of the Master. Time says it'll escape before sending her back to the present. This is eerily similar to the end of the Russell T Davies era, particularly with the Doctor dying and the Master returning. Because, of course, there's no original good ideas. Finally, in the biggest bait of all.
I was looking for a life I never knew.
The Doctor essentially gets rid of the Fob Watch. I hate you so much, Chibnall. Hate you so much.
He's just a bigger fan of Doctor Who.
Yeah, sure. Could just hide it in the TARDIS. Just drop it into the whole time vortex. Here's your answers. Because she doesn't need to know. She don't need no memories. And neither does the audience. Fuck you. Fuck you very much. Yep, that's it.
You can put your own interpretations on why the Doctor decides not to fully open the fob watch and to access all her memories, all her past lives, all that information at the end of episode 6.
My interpretation is that there isn't a good answer. The implications of the Timeless Child plotline can never be paid off in a satisfying way. When you open the door to essentially infinite lives and a mountain of lore we don't know about that happened before the show started, it's not gonna work without God-level setup.
The information and the encounter she's had with Tecteun has been pretty complicated.
Will we get to see inside the fob watch? Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We failed in the here and now. It's too late. There's only 3 episodes left, essentially. How much longer can you put off an ending and answers? We are never getting satisfying answers to these questions because the questions are inherently flawed by plot.
How that impacts on the Doctor's lives and also the emotional fallout for the Doctor from discovering what had happened to her. It's really important for the Doctor to have an emotional journey, to have an arc.
Chibnall says this is an emotional journey, except all the time is essentially spent in plot exposition. Most of the questions are plot related, not emotionally charged. I want to know what the memories are. I want to know why the TARDIS is dying. What is the real point of all the tangents, like with the angels and the time people? If Swarm's goals are as simple as time is erosion, let's destroy the universe, then proper consequences and justification needed to be given to Swarm, not half-truths and our way is better.
Why is it better? Why is what you fight for better than what we will bring?
Show us why Swarm's way has justification from their perspective. Don't just label it. They're locked up because they're bad. Because they're bad. Chibnall, you say the ultimate uncaring objective scientist with no morals is the big bad of the season.
And Tecteun treats everything as an experiment. I think she treated the Doctor as an experiment, she treated Gallifrey and the Time Lords as an experiment, and she's kept going on that, and she treats the universe as an experiment.
What irony that what you gave us was an overloaded plot with basic cliche character traits. You approached the story like an experimental procedure, providing step-by-step plot points. And it can be easily argued you failed there with the numerous knowledge gaps. But that's not the issue. What you're missing is emotion, subtlety, and depth. These are the substance that drive and propel a fantastic story. It's the detail and the motivations and the character that make a show. It's the moral context.
So she is the ultimate scientist with no regard for the moral context.
I mean, you said it yourself, bitch. 1 out of 10. For the record, 1 to 2 points should be removed from all of my previous scores with the current knowledge that the finale is an empty mess. That's it. How disappointing. I guess it wasn't difficult to predict a definitely satisfying conclusion wasn't gonna come. Still, I held out. I do think it's kind of poetic that this year for me started with a Doctor Who tease and it ends with Doctor Who. I put it off for a year, and when we finally got to it, it more than exceeded our expectations for how bad it could be. I'll say it again, that's okay. Sure, I'll never get the time I devoted to Series 13 back, and that kind of stings. There's no rewind. November 2021 is fluxed forever. But love and hate have similarities in that they are attention you give towards something. And yes, I loved this show. And I'm not gonna kid myself, I'll keep watching. I don't regret giving this show attention. But I do miss the good old days of Doctor Who being competent TV. You know, is it really that hard to have a satisfying conclusion that's poignant and meaningful, that ties together loose threads with setup and payoff? I better not Chibnall my own videos. Let's see. Any loose threads I can clear up? I guess what's up with the weird bits at the start of each video? Winston has been unusually quiet. Huh? Nothing to say? What's the point of all of this? Where did the mask start? Or rather, what is the mask? Good luck with that one, you statue bastard.
Life is a mask through which the universe expresses itself. We understand how dangerous a mask can be. We all become what we pretend to be. The human face is, after all, nothing more nor less than a mask. Choose your self-presentations carefully. For what starts out as a mask may become your face. How many seconds in eternity?
Nothing's sad till it's over. Then everything is.